Sends it inside the area, not clear properly. Here's the chance! What a goal!
As he produces moments like this at frightening regularity. What a hit!
All right, so let me start off first by addressing the issue, the first issue that took place in regards to the Sabina versus Stadium East issue. And what happened in the first game. For me personally, I thought that the PFJL blunder hugely on that one. Why do I think so? That's a big question. And in some sense, maybe they didn't really necessarily take the level of responsibility I thought they should have. But I 100% believe that they blundered hugely on that one. I will be getting into the reviews of the first set of games. My vice gone, Portmore United cast it, I say go. But big up on yourself, people. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't know anything already. This is quarterfinals, first leg review show. All right, so welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much again for tuning in. And let me tell you why. Let me just get straight on to the aspect of the blunder. Then we'll get into the review of the game. For me, in any business globally, you have something they call quality control. This is where you do your checks and balances. When I was in the army and I was doing my leadership courses and we're doing the aspect of quality control, they emphasize on the physical aspect of things. So if you pay someone, or if you tell someone to do something, ask someone to do something, or you command someone to do something, you go there and check physically that it is done. Physically ensure every aspect of it. If you live up so, you go check it and make sure say it's up. And you say, all right, confirm it is up, done. Now, I thought that where the stadium, the Sabina lights were concerned, I 100% believe that a physical check was not completed. Let me tell you why. And I also thought that Sabina, they knew of the situation. Normally when you play games, especially evening games, the lights tend to come off in between 5:30, sometimes 6 o'clock, based off of the time period. Based off of the time period. I know that sometimes, the light might take the lighting might take a longer while. It might 6:30 still bright out. But normally they are Sabina, by 5:30 lights are on. By 5:30 lights are on because them take a while to warm up and get going. So by 6 o'clock, you get a full 100 whatever measurements, 1,000, sorry, whatever the measurements they measure lighting. And when we see 5:30 pass, I was like, it's getting a little bit dark, but yet still the lights weren't on. And we know that the lights need to charge up. And by that alone, I understand say something is wrong. Now, maybe they might try to stretch it as far as possible to see if they couldn't figure out what was the issue. But when the lights did finally came on, there was a flicker. One of the lights were flickering, consistently flickering, and then out of like mostly about 20 bulbs, one I work on, one I light them. Out of the next 20 bulbs, 2 I work. And that went on, close off, close on. And that in itself was the reason why, because they were saying that the game cannot be played in such a dark condition. And, you just don't really want to cause any problem, because if there's any major injury because of lack of visuals for the referee, that's going to be problematic again. But I do believe that PFJL blunder on that because not proper checks and balances weren't done. Yes, they don't have any control over the lights, whilst I agree, but what they have control over is to check if everything is totally fine prior to the game. Turn on, go visit the venue, check everything, turn on the lights, check, count every single light that is actually working, and say, yeah man, so light number 24, 25 on this pole not working, light number 2 or light number 1 and that pole is not working, and write it down. But at least then you're gonna know if there's an issue or not. Anyways, let's move on to the game, people. First of all, I got both predictions exactly correct. 2-1 in favor of Montego Bay, 1-1 in favor of Portmore. But let's start off with the Montego Bay game first. Montego Bay versus Tivoli Garden. I thought from the first game at Sabina, I thought at the first 20 minutes of the game, first 30 minutes of the game, it was all Tivoli. They were very physical, good at getting all the first ball, winning all the second ball. Montego Bay was struggling. So maybe, just maybe the break was what Montego Bay needed. Because Tivoli started off so darn good. But at the end of the day, still, as expected, players we expect to show, players we expect to do something was vital again. Nikolai Fuller, he was really, really good in the game. I thought that he caused a lot of problems for the Montego Bay team. Well, kind of moving on to the 9 minutes plus half time, plus, to the regular time. So, I compressed the game in one. Slow start from Montego Bay in the first game. I thought that in this game, in the second outing, they look very, very good. Especially second half, they look very, very dominant. First goal scored from a free kick. I thought the goalkeeper did a poor job there. Owen Gordon himself was surprised when he hit the back of the net. He was very, very surprised. And the goalkeeper, he must have got beat himself for that, because that was a huge blunder in that aspect. Then now, equalizer through Holyfield Morris. What a brilliant strike off the left foot. And just as I say, Tivoli is the type of team who can score to nothing right there and then. And man scored. Jampiel, big up yourself, people. Me and Jampiel was sitting beside each other. Me get my predictions right. Jampiel don't get for them. Don't get for him. But me and him sit down the whole game. We discuss the whole game. Be a chat, we chat. And well, me shorts, but we chat out the whole game. People must say, yo, then 2-1 can't move from here, so man. Be a chat, then chat out the whole game. Anyways, big up yourself, Jampiel. Me I tell the people, say, out of nowhere, Holyfield find that. Me I say, yo, that was a crazy strike. Tivoli get back themselves in a bit of momentum for the next 10 minutes or so. They're on a high, but after that, Montego Bay pull back the game from them, take control of the situation, play the ball around and cut down the tempo of the game. And technically, that's how they got their second goal. Even though it's a lot of deflection at the penalty box, but the man himself, Jordan Fletcher, was at the right moment, the right time, and he put it away in the back of the net. I thought that he had a very, very good game. He was working the centre backs and got caught offside quite a few times. I think what he was trying to do was technically pull the defenders back, pull back the Tivoli defenders. Even though he get caught offside, but the more they run them, and the further back the Tivoli defenders them collapse. I was surprised with the tactics of Montego Bay though they had Lucas Lima playing in the number 8 and had Demara Phillips playing in the number 6 position. Even though I thought that Demara Phillips, even though we were a big situation there in that game where Demara Phillips could have gotten a red card, but he was very fortunate in that. So as you know, I thought it was a good game. Quite an exciting game for the neutrals. Very, very exciting game for the neutrals. And that left the second leg to be a very, very tasty encounter. So I'm going to look out for the preview probably later on. No, I have to do the preview for the second game tomorrow. I'll be doing the preview tomorrow on Sunday. Move on now to the next game, the big game for me. Anyways, even though a lot of persons said the game boring, but not for me, none at all. I thought it was the better game of the two. It was a more tactical game, very, very controlled game. Both teams playing, you can see that both teams are very cautious of what the next team can do. It's not like Tivoli Mobile, because if you would have seen the most of the Tivoli Mobile games, them have some heavy scoring games where like all guns blazing type of thing. No, these are two teams who are very good defensively, very good counterbalance that would strong attacks. Well, Portmore don't really have a striker now still, but what they do is they play the technically a false 9 in Gotcha, and sometimes Gotcha and Javier Brown switch. Sometimes Gotcha press high, sometimes Javier Brown is up there. But they're two very, very smart, really intelligent players, know when to go. So Portmore really approach a game in a 4-4-2. I've never whole season. I watch Portmore United. I cannot recall seen Portmore United deploying like that. If I'm being honest, I haven't seen it. I've never seen it before, and it goes to show that Rudolph Hassan is very much thinking. He's thinking out the game. He's thinking what he's doing, and he makes every game. He play every game separately. Every game he approach in a separate context and apply his team or his tactics to that specific game. It was a good approach in my view. Very tactical tactical approach. We control Portmore United control the game, control the moments of the game. When Cavalier do have their moments, so Portmore United got their goal through a brilliant work. I think it was a Bembo get past the defender, even though I think Adrian Reed a small error for Adrian Reed, and it goes to show the level that we're speaking about here. He made a small error, just missed the ball, just a small fraction of an error, and it turned out to be one of the worst errors you can make. And it attempted to clear the ball, lost his footing, and just basically grazed his foot over the ball. And when he did that, he basically studs them grazed the top of the ball, technically slowed the ball down, and right behind the ball approaching was Ronaldo Robinson with the left boot. That magical left foot. We all know he can strike the ball so well. And with a thunderous strike, Ronaldo Robinson find the back of the net beautifully. Vino had no chance. It was a brilliant goal. And after that, you can see that Portmore United kind of take the sting out of the game, control moments of the game. Then Cavalier do have their moments. At one point, Gotcha get through 1v1, couldn't find the back of the net. But Cavaliers do have moments, they have dangerous players. Busy was so dangerous the whole game. He was a thorn in the skin of the Portmore United team. He was causing so much trouble. Just a wriggling around players, getting in behind players, finding players in dangerous area. But we kind of, technically in some sense, we kind of sustain him a bit, even though I think we got away something, Portmore get away something big when Busy missed a big open goal. I say, yo. So, so a game go. At the end of that though, Cavaliers score from a corner quite a few times. I've seen them done this in the same game. Go to the front post and have someone at the front post edit to the back post. Basically a flick on. This time the flick on actually who scored again? McCleary. He flick on and it actually went straight into the goal. What technically was a good set piece. Well worked set piece, because I've seen them done it like 2 or 3 times in the same game. Front post, go for the flick on. Which, because really and truly, Cavalier don't have a lot of tall players. And probably, let me see, Ainsworth tall, Reed tall, and King and Leng. So probably King and Leng are 2 better headers. I don't think Ainsworth and Reed are really phenomenal headers. But Portmore have some good headers of the ball. Russell, Stephen Young, they are very good at heading the ball. Siegel Knight, Rose, they are very good at heading the ball. And even Javier Brown as well. So it's a smart move by Cavalier not to hit the ball straight into the box, but hit front post, go for the flick on. So the second phase, in some sense, as me expect, they might score something like that. But overall, I thought tactically it was a better game of both teams. Both coaches make certain adjustments, like technically the 2 teams them change formation about 2 or 3 times. Well, not formation, change them system about 2 or 3 times throughout the same game. But it is a really good game of football where coaching is concerned. I think a lot of persons would enjoy, the neutrals would enjoy the first game more, because so much were happening in that game regards to excitement, referee, red card, no red card, no show goals, and but a coaching perspective, I think the coaches would enjoy watching the second game where the tactical nuance is concerned of the game. Normally, that's how football goes sometimes, because I think Tivoli don't allow you to really second and play your type of game. They become physical. And the 2 teams are 2 running teams, very aggressive on the front foot. So you'd expect that. But this game are 2 teams who are just right through the season after them play very cautious of the opponent and pick their moments when it right. But I think overall it was a good first game for the quarterfinals. I'm now really excited for the second leg, but I still think Portmore United can get the job done, even though we're going to face Garden, who I think in some sense are a bogey team, but this time I think this Portmore United team is kind of different, very different team. But we have to get past Cavalier first, and Cavalier, them tend to find it. I don't know. They tend to find it. But let's see what's going to happen since the second leg. I do believe, though, the Tivoli versus Mobile game is going to be it's crazy. It's going to be crazy. Anyways, big up on yourself, people. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and tell us what you think in the comment section. I'll see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV. We're out. God bless. Boom. Now I mean outside. Now them what? Outside.